today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and reveal the book supply this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. And yes, judging by these glasses, I did just view the total eclipse, or where I am, the partial eclipse. But I hope y'all are having fun doing that, and I hope y'all are being safe and not looking directly into the sun. This month is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going to touch base on that a little later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which branch of the U.S. military did the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel serve in? Well, the correct answer is Air Force. And 8 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, the name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is... Jacob Arsenault from Bossier City, Louisiana. So congratulations, Jacob. You yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Batman question. Which Batman villain was left out of the Batman TV series in the 60s for being too gruesome? Alright, here are the hints. The first hint is that this villain made his first appearance in Detective Comics number 66 in 1942 and was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. The second hint, this villain was a district attorney before a face disfigurement made him into a villain. The third hint, this villain was played on the big screen by Billy D. Williams in the 1989 Batman movie, Tommy Lee Jones in the 1995 Batman Forever movie, and Aaron Eckhart in the Dark Knight movie in 2008. Alright, the fourth hint, this villain was voiced on Batman the Animated Series by the late, great Richard Mall. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what Richard Mall is, before that he played the role of Bull on Night Court. For all you folks that are my age and older. Alright, the next hint. William Shatner played the voice of this villain in an animated feature based on the 1960s Batman TV series. Now, I would say what the name of the animated feature is, but that would be giving away the answer. And then the final hint. This villain relies on a coin with a head on each side to determine his demeanor. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Now, the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight is usually reserved for fans to make requests, but every once in a while I like to come up with one. And this one features another Batman villain going up against one of the most deadliest villains in the Marvel Universe. That's also is also a Spider-Man villain, and it's had 2 movies. Representing DC, we have Clayface. And representing Marvel, we have Venom. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Clayface versus Venom. Clayface possesses shape-shifting, regeneration, superhuman strength, stamina and durability, and power replication. Venom possesses all the powers of the symbiote's first human host, Spider-Man, limited shape-shifting and camouflage, and autonomous defense capabilities. Who will win? Venom would start off by using the element of surprise. He'd camouflage himself and deliver a cheap shot to Clayface. This proves to be unsuccessful as the former gets his fist stuck in the latter's doughy midsection. Clayface then turns his fist into a mallet and delivers a thunderous blow to Venom. As a result of doing this, Clayface learns that vibration is one of Venom's weaknesses after seeing his face temporarily exposed from the hit. Clayface then turns both of his hands into tubular bells and begins ringing them both. The vibration causes the symbiote to loosen from the host body, Eddie Brock. In a last-ditch effort, Venom webs up Clayface's hands to stop the ringing. Venom then attempts to pounce Clayface, but the latter delivers a sonic scream that causes the former symbiote to completely loosen from its host. The symbiote then bonds to Clayface, and Brock runs away like a scolded dog. Clayface wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, well I hope you all enjoyed the fight. If you want to request a fight of your own, you can do so. But I have rules. The first rule is that there has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved in a fight. The second rule, this comic book or manga character can go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a series-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Voltron, Lion-O, anyone like that. And then the fourth rule, make sure your fight makes sense. It really wouldn't make a lot of sense for, Lockheed from the X-Men to go up against, Black Adam. Although it would be very interesting. Alright, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. Alright, here we go. First up is the Avengers number 12. Batman number 146. Batman the Brave and the Bold number 11. Blue Beetle number 8. Captain America number 8. Deadpool number 1. Doctor Strange number 14. The Immortal Thor number 9. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 18. Legacy number 300. That means it's the 300th issue overall. The Sensational She-Hulk number 7. Shazam number 10. Venom number 32. And finally, X-Men number 33. Alright, that's 13, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 12,804. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which Batman villain was left out of the Batman TV series for being too gruesome? Now, here's the hints again. The first hint is that this villain made his first appearance in Detective Comics number 66 in 1942 and was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. The second hint, this villain was a district attorney before a face disfigurement made him into a villain. The third hint, this villain was played on the big screen by Billy D. Williams in the 1989 Batman movie, Tommy Lee Jones in the 1995 Batman Forever movie, and Aaron Eckhart in the 2008 The Dark Knight movie. The fourth hint, this villain was voiced on Batman the Animated Series by the late, great Richard Mall. The fifth hint, William Shatner played the voice of this villain in an animated feature based on the 1960s Batman TV series. Now, again, I cannot tell you what the name of the animated feature is because that would be giving away the answer. And then the sixth and final hint, this villain relies on a coin with a head on each side to determine his demeanor. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Jacob Arsenault from Bossier City, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, now this month is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Now, testicular cancer is a growth of cells that starts in the testicles. The testicles, which are also known as testes, are in the scrotum. The scrotum is a loose bag of skin underneath the penis. The testicles make sperm and the hormone testosterone. Testicular cancer isn't common. There are less than 200,000 cases per year here in the U.S. And it can happen at any age, but it commonly happens between the ages of 15 and 45. The first sign of testicular cancer is often a bump or a lump on a testicle. The cancer cells grow quickly, and they often spread outside the testicle to other parts of the body. Testicular cancer is highly treatable, even when it spreads to, even when this happens. Now, treatments depend on the type of testicular cancer that a man may have and how far it's spread. Common treatments include surgery and chemotherapy. Now, signs and symptoms of testicular cancer are a lump or swelling in either testicle, a feeling of heaviness in the scrotum, a dull ache in the lower belly or groin, sudden swelling in the scrotum, pain or discomfort in the testicle or the scrotum, enlargement or tenderness in the breast tissue, and back pain. Now, usually testicular cancer only happens in one testicle, and it's not clear what causes it. Testicular cancer starts when something causes changes to the DNA or the testicle cells. A cell's DNA holds the instructions that tell the cells what to do. The changes tell the cells to grow and multiply quickly. The cancer cells go on living, and when healthy cells would die as part of the natural life cycle. Now, this causes a lot of extra cells in the testicle that can form a mass called a tumor. Now, in time, the tumor can grow beyond the testicle. Some cells might break away and spread to other parts of the body. Testicular cancer most often spreads to the lymph nodes, lungs, and liver. When testicular cancer spreads, it's often called metastatic testicular cancer. Now, nearly all testicular cancers begin in the germ cells. The germ cells in the testicle make sperm, and it's not clear what causes DNA changes in the germ cells. Now, I know this is a lot, and I know it sounds a little gross, but you just never know. I mean, yeah, sure, there are less than 20,000 cases per year here in America, but you just never know. It could happen. It could be your son. It could be your father. It could be, it could be your grandson. It could be your nephew, your cousin, your grandfather. I mean, you just never know. It could be your husband. Here's the thing. I believe in the saying that we do better when we know better. Don't ever say that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. That is complete nonsense. Knowledge is power. And I personally know a friend that I was in band with at ULM many years ago Well, recently he was diagnosed with it, but he caught it early and he beat it. And I know you're watching this. I know you and your wife and son are watching this. So I love you, buddy. And I'm also talking to any man who's a survivor of it, someone who's currently fighting, and then the families of those that have lost their battles with testicular cancer. I mean, I love y'all, and there's absolutely nothing y'all can do about it. All right, this is a Testicular Cancer Awareness Month comic hero tee, and if you would like one of your own, you can find them on iamthecomichero.com/shop for $17. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, which is episode 478, I'm raising awareness of autism. On episode 479, I'm raising awareness of oral cancer. On episode 480, I'm raising awareness of child abuse. Well, raising awareness against child abuse. And then on episode 481, I'm raising awareness of brain cancer. All right, by the way, meet me and several other guests and vendors at Sinlock Collector Con at the Earl J. Barbary Senior Convention Center in Marksville, Louisiana on June 1st. This is the 4th annual Sinlock Collector Con. It's the only con it's one of few cons in central Louisiana. So go out and support that. And also, I'm going to be a spectator at the 1st annual East Texas Comic Con in the first Saturday next month. And if you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con fans Facebook page, I hope to see y'all there. And also, I'm not going to be able to attend, whether it's as a guest or a vendor or as a spectator, but I'm encouraging y'all to, if you live near or far, go to GeekCon. It's August 16th through the 18th at the Shreveport Convention Center in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana. It's the only con in North Louisiana. And one of the guests that's going to be there is actor Tony Todd. Now, if that name doesn't sound familiar to y'all, an iconic role that he played will. He played the lead character in all the Candyman movies. I mean, Candyman is an iconic horror movie character. So, and he's also played in several other roles. He guest starred on an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So, y'all go out and see him, support him, support all the other guest and vendors there, support the con as a whole. Again, it's the only con in North Central Louisiana, or North Louisiana rather. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. As soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 478. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.